something. Um, I guess
I don't
I'll
get
stop
that
now.
often, by the way. Somebody talking lineman and be done like you're right in the wheelhouse.
I was gonna say something. I'm actually working on. I don't know if you'd call it analytics, but me and one of the buddies over at Undroppables are working on something that hopefully shows pass protection stats for linemen, and it's tough to boil out play calling and scheme for it because Tua and Fitz are totally different players.
Right.
Tua's metrics come out a lot higher than Fitz's because Tua runs a lot more RPOs and he runs a lot more of the play action rollouts where Fitz is running less RPOs. He's running a decent amount of play action, but they're all deep shots.
Okay.
So we're messing with some things, and it's coming out really well. It's tough to boil that last piece out. So he's working on some things, but he's also working on a few other things. So it's not like most important, but I'm really excited for it. So
yeah, if you could find something out that was consistent and do, I mean, it would be key because I can tell you right now, if you try to utilize just PFF or player profiler, it's I don't want to say it's garbage because there's something, there's eyes on
there's some
game,
good things,
but I feel like I find myself contradicting so many different scenarios in terms of, I get it that if I'm doing a screen and the guard's pulling and you happen to get to the quarterback before he releases the ball, that's technically can you say that the guard is that but that's the design.
It's a pressure, but it's a play action or play design for that.
Right.
And it's like I said, it's tough to boil that stuff out, but actually Mahomes and their Chiefs line, it comes out looking bad, but it's because of the play scheme.
Yeah.
So they're always trying to get those deep shots, and
damn it,
Mahomes holds onto the ball so long, waiting for people to get open, and he knows that he can do that because he can move in the pocket so well. But
he's the best backpedaling quarterback I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy. It's like Favre to the second power. I mean, I don't want to say it's quite.
Big truth, man.
It's crazy. It really is.
Old man run.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Mahomes has his shortcomings. If people want to latch on and talk shit about him or his brother or anything else, it's open game. There's plenty of opportunities for people to talk, his voice and everything else. But at the end of the day,
catch up on the steak.
Let's just hope that the two rings potentially.
Who you got after Lawrence, Markham? What quarterback or what's your top five?
Man,
I know everybody's got a top five already.
Dude, that's the thing. Like I told you, with baseball season going on right now, I have paid so little attention. All I would do is just regurgitate the same stuff that I'm reading. I haven't looked at all. I'm
talking quarterbacks or.
Yeah, I was at top five quarterbacks.
I think Wilson's second.
Who?
Wilson.
Wait, are you talking about in the draft? Or are you talking about in
the draft?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think Wilson's a little raw, but I think he's ahead of Fields in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's such a gap. Like I've heard Trey Lance. I've heard him just immediately at 2 years ago, and he's never even played an FBS opponent.
Oh, wow. I think he's like fourth or fifth for me. I think.
And I know a lot of people. And then the Newman kid. Did y'all watch the Senior Bowl? B-Dub, did you watch the Senior Bowl?
I didn't get the chance to watch a little bit of it. I saw Kellen Mond. I saw Kellen Mond in the second half, but I didn't see a whole lot.
Yeah, and the Senior Bowl, to be honest with you, I like to practice more than the game.
Exactly.
Practices, like watching them offensive linemen go against the defensive linemen, and the CBs against the wide receivers. That's what I like.
That's what I found myself watching.
I ain't watched much of the game. I don't even know who won it, but the practice. I love watching Senior Bowl practice. And with no combine this year, them boys had to show out.
Absolutely.
A couple of them needed to be put on the spotlight. I'd say the Alabama quarterback, in my opinion, I'd say he probably moved up in either 2 or 3 in a lot of GM's boards. Just
really.
I'd say so.
What's the take on the Stafford to the Rams situation? I mean, first of all, let me preface this. I hate Stan Kroenke, so I hope that they have the 57th pick this year. So that, draft capital wise, they ain't got much. They gave away 2 futures. Do we know about if that's next year's first and the following first, or do they try to expand? Because I don't know what they're going to do. I hope that they just falter, but
I know I'm mainly dabbling with IDP, but am I crazy to think that they seem pretty much the same damn quarterback? Like, what are you trading potatoes for taters? Like, I don't. What does Stafford give you that Goff doesn't? That gets you to the next level.
You haven't tasted the sour grapes that Goff has given is still lingering in the mouth of the Rams, and Stafford hasn't given you that taste yet, so you don't know how bad it is or how good it could be. But I think the biggest thing, and I'm looking into their contracts, and maybe you guys know this better than I do. I know Goff's contract is horrendous, and if they're not absorbing any of that, that is a win just by getting rid of the whatever's left.
Good point.
I think that's part of why why both firsts had to be thrown in there is because of that contract.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I don't think it would have been near that level of compensation.
No, I heard once, they were talking about the 49ers and saying maybe they would give up their first and maybe a future third or something.
For Stafford?
Yeah.
We'll do it for Watson. I'd do that for Watson.
Yeah, I bet you would. And
Watson will take a lot more.
He's going to take a couple of them, homeboy.
What's the Florida quarterback? There, B-Dub. There. What's the Florida kid's name? What's
Trask?
I think that's a shed ahead guy. I think that's a shed ahead quarterback right there.
Oh God, who was the guy? I think a lot of people were. Was it Wilson or was it Lance? There was a lot of people in the 49ers world that wanted either of those two over Trask.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know if Trask is the level of those other two.
I think we have to. I don't think it's being talked about enough. Like I think we even have a chance to trade up. Like I think everybody's saying that Jimmy, he ain't doing it. He's not going to get us to that next level on his shoulder. So we need to get somebody in here that can,
So ever since we did a super flex mock and I took Trask at the 112, and this was like a couple of 3 weeks ago. I took Trask at the 112 in the super flex mock we did, and ever since then I've been questioning that because did he make Pitts and Tony, or did Tony and Pitts make him?
Well, great question. That's a great question because Kyle Pitts is.
And the more that I see and the more that I hear, it's like I'm thinking it's the latter, where Pitts and Tony, and Tony's so good with his separation and route running, good
point. Because Tony, boy, he's like a little bug, like one of the water bugs that you see at the bank. One of the ones that, that's what Tony reminds me.
He's a human joystick. I don't think he's nearly as controlled speed as we were talking about before, but I think he'll have a chance to get that in the next level. As he's just got to slow down a little bit. But I don't think Trask is the level of those other two. I was actually listening to the Dynasty Trades HQ podcast with the diva of Debbie, and
what up,
she said it was.
Man.
Yes, I was listening back to a couple episodes today because I had a little free time, and that podcast is so damn good, man. Those guys are wonderful. But she was saying that it was Lawrence and Fields, and then next tier was Wilson and Lance, and then after that it's kind of a crapshoot. So that got me thinking a lot more too. But I don't know. I think they're going to have to trade up to get one of those top 4 guys, because I don't know with the QB carousel and what's going on. I don't know if anything lasts that far.
And well, at this time, we're always asking ourselves, is there going? And every year they go pretty much bam, 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 because somebody's coming up to get them. So I expect like them five. I expect them to. I expect them gone. And I think Penny Sewell's so much better than the rest of the linemen. I could see the Bengals maybe working out something with the Jets to come up and get him at two.
I don't necessarily know if they need to. I think a couple people, Carolina most likely is going to be hopping up in front of Atlanta, and even San Francisco if you're looking at it that way. But I think especially Carolina sitting at 8 and Atlanta, division rival, sitting at 4, coming up and sniping one of the QBs in front of them. And there's a really really good scenario where Sewell falls to number 5 to me.
Hey, can you tell whose favorite team has Ryan Tannehill under center? Down there listening.
This guy up here. This guy up here above me.
Some tells me we wouldn't be in the Super Bowl with and I like Tannehill. I don't like him as much as Jorge does. But I was I was wrong. I admit 100%. I said there was zero chance that he was going to have the efficiency that he had last year. He didn't have that efficiency to that level, but he had a lot better year than I fully expected. I can tell you, I never saw Corey Davis come out and do what he did. I think that there was a lot of that potential. I heard the comparisons to, can he be this year's Devontae Parker? But I mean,
and a lot of it gets thrown back on Derrick Henry, saying, "Well, their run game's so good, that's why Derrick Henry don't have nothing to do with decision making." Let's get that out of the way right there.
Exactly. That throw to end their season. Davis is out for whatever reason, hurt, whatever. You've only got A.J. Brown. You've got Jonnu Smith. You got Derrick Henry, and you want to throw it to Khalif Raymond.
Right.
And that shit right there cost us the season. I ain't gonna lie. You had A.J. Brown streaking down the other side, and you want to throw it to Khalif Raymond. So
I might have hit a sore spot there, boys.
Yeah,
he did hit a sore spot because I'm not a Tannehill fan. He does. I'll give him this. He's exactly what we need and good enough to allow Derrick Henry to do what he does.
Yep.
Was Derrick Henry's this season, was that 2,000 yards not the easiest 2,000-yard season you've ever seen?
And throw in the fact that they lost Jack Conklin and he still got it done is it was impressive.
They were playing without Lewan for a good part of the season too.
Exactly.
We're forgetting to mention one person. It's Vrabel. It's Vrabel. Like this dude might be this damn good.
He deserves it.
See what he's doing.
If he gets the right players in there, he's gonna be the real deal.
Well, it's crazy is you mentioned Corey Davis being hurt, and yet A.J. Brown's on the field who's hurt more than Corey Davis. I mean, what do you have? He had deltoid tears, and I mean that dude. I gotta say, not that he was far down my list, but that's a bad motherfucker. That is a bad motherfucker.
I could only imagine A.J. Brown with a quarterback like somebody that can stretch the field, like a Stafford, that can throw that long. But I couldn't. Oh my gosh. Russell Wilson. I mean, you put him in Seattle, he does the same thing. That he's probably better than DK.
First half Russell Wilson. I don't like second half Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Agreed. But put him in Kansas City, and what does he do?
Yes.
With Tyreek Hill, you line him up against Tyreek on the other side of Tyreek Hill, it's done. That's a wrap. You're not beating him.
You can have Sammy Watkins. He's free agent. Take him all. I would do a trade. Yeah. Hey, I tell you, I would. Doug and I were talking about this earlier. With that contract gone, man, I would love to see. It's half of what he needs. But if you could work out a deal somehow, J.J. Watt's last year in Tennessee in Houston, and he wants out, and I think he's guaranteed 17.5, and Watkins is off the books, and the Chiefs have somehow wizardry, I guess, with all the money they have. I don't understand the math. I don't try to play GM or CEO or
them in New Orleans. I just don't know how they do it. I can't figure it out.
They're like, we got $4 left to our name.
Right.
Here's $1 billion. And I was like, son of a bitch. Maybe they got in on that GameStop stocks way early. And they knew that was going to pan out. It was crazy. But so what do you guys think? What's going to happen Sunday? Well, next Sunday.
I know you're going to hate this night.
Nobody's told me that everybody thinks Tampa's going to win.
You're going to hate this. I said this from the very start when Brady went to Tampa before the season even started. I said and that was a big if because I did not know that he would do this.
Okay.
I said if he gets to the Super Bowl, he's winning it.
Okay. Now, that being said, Carrie and I went to the casino before the season started. And I put money on Kansas City playing Tampa in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
So I win either way. I'd rather win the Kansas City side, but so trust me, I had the same beliefs that I thought Tampa had a chance. All right, Brett,
I think Kansas City is the team to beat, but with Brady actually getting there now. He's just too damn good. He's not going to let this slip through his fingers.
Dude, that whole team is so good. There's no weakness on that team at all. I mean,
it's going to be Tampa's defense against your all's offense. Whoever wins that matchup wins the Super Bowl.
That's scary.
And I'm telling you right now, Devin White is on a freaking mission. Y'all better walk that fool.
Oh, I know.
You all better walk that fool because he is foaming at the mouth. I'm telling you.
Dude, after him sitting out that first playoff game, oh my God.
They don't get enough credit.
And I said it the other day. I don't know if y'all caught my tweet, but Devin White's my new LB1. You can forget Roquan. You can forget Darius Leonard.
I have no problem with that. I don't think that's I don't think that's out there. I mean, I don't think that's the most ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah. No, it scares me because that same mentality of we got to stop Devin White, and then what about Shaq Barrett? Yeah, we should stop him too. Then, we should stop JPP. Yeah, he's probably a good person to stop.
Don't forget Ndamukong Suh.
Don't forget Ndamukong. Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't forget Vita VA.
Exactly.
Vita VA.
And then guess what? Antoine Winfield Jr. Maybe Jordan Whitehead might be sneaking up into the box. And, let's get rid of the ball soon, nice and quick to save Mahomes. Oh, wait, Levante David's over the middle. It's like, motherfuck.
You know what? And they got super rookie Antoine Winfield back there patrolling the secondary, too. So
I think he got COVID, don't he?
Good.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think good.
I think Junior got COVID, D, unless I'm behind on news. I believe
I don't know. I've not checked it this week. I know he was out last week with an injury. He tried to go and couldn't make it, but
he got my letter.
They came out with a rule today that you get tested twice a day, and one negative report, you're out.
I'm telling you, I mean, I like Kansas City just because of Ty Hill, because I'm telling you right now, that dude is unfreaking real. And I said this a while back too. He is
ain't nobody in Tampa can cover him, D.
He's the biggest game-changing wide receiver since Randy Moss.
Huh?
That freaking speed kills, and he's got speed for freaking days, man.
The thing he's learned to do the best, if you ask me, is awareness with the quarterback. And he sees when Mahomes is under pressure, which, I mean, he does a good job. If Hill wasn't intuitive and didn't come back for some of the balls, like we saw last year in the Super Bowl, I mean, that was probably one of the best things he did. He came back on that route 15, 20 yards and made the play. But, yeah, it should be –
I think that says a lot to the maturity of the guy. I mean, it wasn't long ago that people were talking about Tyreek Hill being a diva, a little bit too much to deal with, da-da-da-da.
He is, but you know what? Your best receivers are divas.
Yeah, but what
they are. Now, let's just be real. They are divas.
Like, I think all the points Nate just brought up, I think all has to do with the maturity that he's had just over the last year.
Andy Reid potentially would have something to do with that, I would like to believe.
man.
Well, then we say diva, and then we look back at T.O. I think he had more.
The only problem I have with the
He's had
Chiefs
some
is
experience.
what are they doing at running back?
I don't know. Anybody know?
That's my question.
We have a running back position because I don't see it utilized in about 16 weeks now. It's
Right.
about 18.
And they're
Darrell
going
Williams has been playing well.
and they're going to the Super Bowl. So you know what? So if I was Reed and the Chiefs, I'd just take another dart, throw it one of them running backs again in the first round this year. Which one's available? Is it going to be Najee or Travis Etienne? Whichever one's there, we're taking them.
Whichever one Mahomes picks.
Exactly. Yeah, no kidding. He's like, I like that Etienne kid. He did good.
He's good. He's a real good football.
You all got to keep him clean though. With Fisher out, you got to keep Mahomes clean. That's going to be the key.
Oh, I'm fully expecting it to be it's either going to be a really frustrating game because there's going to be a lot of dump offs that don't amount to much, and we have some, two first downs, and then have to punt, and then stopping Brady is frustrating. The last thing I want is to have a 3-point game a la 2 years ago against the Patriots and watch Brady get the ball the last drive of the game and have to try to stop them. I'm sorry, our defense isn't designed to play in tight matchups necessarily. I think they're better off kind of with the ears pinned back and can get at the quarterback, and that's one of the concerns. Frank Clark's not looked the best this year. Chris Jones is a stud. I mean, Chris Jones always
Clark's kind of been disappointing.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I mean, I expected more of him. I really did.
Yeah, he did really good. Last year in the playoffs, he came through when you needed. It was always Frank Clark when you needed him there, but I've been a little disappointed. I have been. I've been disappointed across the board. I was expecting Willie Gay Jr. to get a little bit more play this year, and he didn't.
Didn't I tell you pumping brakes? Didn't I tell you?
You might have, but I don't remember. I probably didn't listen to you.
He said I probably didn't listen to you.
For the record, I got 41. I got 41-31 KC.
Are we going to do this? Are we going to make predictions? Oh, shit.
I think that number is a lot closer than the game's going to be. Meaning, I think the Bucks get a late touchdown. Okay. I think it's
are we seriously doing this? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, I gotta break out my gel pens.
Yeah, me too. Gel pens. I love B-Dub. He doesn't say gel pens. He's my new hero. I love that.
That's the 3-year-olds doing.
Have fun, and whoever's closest, baby. We going this way. We going this way.
And you know what? I don't care what y'all say. There's something to be said for Tampa playing at home. This is going to be huge. It's going to be a factor.
Is there? Because it's been COVID all year.
Damn it, Doug. Don't you even, Dougie. Come on.
Hey, did y'all see B-Dub's hat? Where'd he go? I was trying to ask him. What hat? Hey, B-Dub, what is that hat of?
What'd you say?
Is that a brown hat? What is that hat?
No, so this is our logo for Unsung Heroes.
Oh, gotcha.
That's dope, dude. I like that. Yeah.
Nate's thinking hard on the score. I'm watching him. He's thinking hard.
Nope.
So
I already have it. I already predicted. I already got it. Well, go ahead.
So Fantasy Dukes at Fantasy Dukes on Twitter, he designed this logo, and at 2-on-1 FFB Tommy Moe and I do basically an offensive line, defensive line matchups podcast weekly. Hopefully I'll get to expand it a little more and later. I actually just created a Twitter account for it like a week ago. So it's out there. It's got nothing on it yet.
What is it?
Tell us. It's called Unsung Heroes FF. At Unsung Heroes FF.
You're like, I already told you.
It's in my profile if you guys want to do anything with it. But so I haven't posted anything on there. I haven't done anything. Just like the grassroots, really shallow startup. It's right now. All the podcasts are.
I'm the first follower. Yeah.
What is it?
Damn you, redneck internet.
It's at Unsung Heroes FF. It's in my Twitter bio. So
is that it, B-Dub? Is that it right down there at the bottom?
yes, yep, the at.
Right there. See?
Yes.
Yep. You can be follower number 2 because
no, I ain't following now. I wanted to be 1. Now I'm
well here.
this off
Guess what? I like to be someone's first follower and the first person to unfollow them, just to basically say, "Fuck you, I control this."
That's fair. That's fair. I feel you.
Damn.
I'll follow you again.
On the porch and
what the hell am I doing here? I can't freaking find
Here you go. By the
y'all
way,
want to hang around? Okay. 3124. Okay. All right.
If I could find a pen that works, that would be wonderful.
I'm trying to do too many fucking things here. Hang on.
Oh, I missed you, buddy.
Hang on. Unsung Heroes. Okay.
FF.
FF?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Unsung Heroes FF.
It's at the bottom, D.
Damn it.
37. All right. All right.
All right. Oh, I got to write this down.
Okay. Somebody's going to have to spell this shit out.
What was yours, Nick?
30.
Oh,
124 Casey.
31-24 Tampa Bay. All right.
Yes, exactly.
36-33. Okay.
Tell you what, I hope that we're all.
Sorry, Nate.
I don't care. Hey, man, no, that's listen. I respect Tampa for what they are. I think Tampa is. I think here's the nice thing. Going into last week's games, no matter the combination, it was the happiest I think that I felt for a Super Bowl in a decade in terms of any 4 matchups. If Buffalo made it, I would have been happy for Buffalo to do it because I can remember watching them get crushed 4 in a row. You know, I'm old enough to watch them happen. Watch
number
Scott
2,
Norwood.
baby.
Yeah.
Second follower.
Yes, congratulations, Doug. You're 3.
I can't connect because I'm streaming now. Because I'm streaming, my phone's like.
I beat Dougie. I feel accomplished right now.
All right, so I'm gonna step out on there and smoke a cigarette. I was gonna put some music on by the show sponsored Mr.
Damn it,
Z.
Dougie. That shit'll kill you, brother.
Grab something. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I know that.
I need to refill too, but Jesus, I don't want to leave B-Dub by himself.
No, B-Dub is good. You see that hat? Anybody
I can chill by myself.
Hey, I'll be back in 5, B-Dub. Screw the rest of them. I'll be back in 5. 1, 2, go.
Hey, don't listen to him. Hey,
So, Dougie, what you been using for your mock drafts? What site?
brother?
What site have you been using for your mock drafts?
It's on my browser. So to be honest, and I put it on the homepage, and I just click on it. I think it's the Draft Network one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been using Pro Football Network.
Oh yeah.
It actually sends you trades. Like you can choose as many teams as you want to be, but it'll actually like send you simulated trades. So I've actually like had a lot of fun playing around with that one.
Hey, you think we could do a round real quick? I know Daryl's
Dude,
down.
that'd be fun. I don't know if we can.
What we done?
You want to put it up on the screen?
While we take a little break, let's look into that. See if we can set up a little one, and we'll see each other invites, and I'll throw it up here on the screen.
Sure. I guess we can all be each other's favorite teams, and
Yeah.
You know, you're not a fan of your team unless you have a freaking unless you have an oven mitt of your freaking team. You're not a true fan, by God. That's right.
that is awesome.
You'll have to overlook me, B-Dub. Dougie and Nate, they know me. They know on weekends I get a little crazy. So
Hey, that's fine. I have to admit my fandom has more morphed because of fantasy football into just NFL fan as an umbrella, and then Eagles fan second. And I don't like saying that, but it's true. But
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So where you at in Tennessee? Are you in Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. I am. Let's see. I am an hour east of Knoxville.
So you're kind of southeastern part of Tennessee.
Well, actually, I'm going towards the northeast. Actually,
Do you know where Jamestown is?
yes, I'm east of that. I'm east of Knoxville. I'm east of Gatlinburg, Sevierville, that area.
Oh, so you're way okay.
Yeah, I'm actually between.
You're pretty close to North Carolina then.
Yeah. I'm like an hour. I'm probably about an hour ahead of Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay.
My
mom lives near Jamestown, so that's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about that.
We've been to. Have you been to? Oh God, what is the country festival in Nashville? The free one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I've been to that a couple of times, and we've been to the Smokies on both sides, and it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of I'm about an hour from everything. Bristol, where the NASCAR race is. I'm about an hour west of them, an hour east of Knoxville, an hour from Sevierville, the Smoky Mountains. I'm probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of Asheville, North Carolina. So I'm kind of right in that hub there.
So have you heard of the Dragon's Tail? Done the Dragon's Tail, the road?
I've been on it in a car. That's no joke.
Dude, I did that, and I like my ankles and knees, man. That's tough.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, even for an experienced rider, that's no joke.
And you see all these guys posted up with cameras taking pictures at all the curves. I know there's sites that post those, but God, I couldn't imagine being on a crotch rocket going on one of those. That would be wild.
Which is funny because of course, the Dragon's Tail is the most famous, but unless you're kind of from around here, you probably don't even have a clue what I'm about to say. And even people from Tennessee probably don't even know. There is a place about, there's a place about 30 minutes from me. It's in Granger County. It's called Joppa Mountain. And it takes you from, there's a place called Blaine, Tennessee. It's between Knoxville and Rutledge. And it goes over to a small town called Washburn. But it's called Joppa Mountain, and that road is the exact same. I mean, it just spins back and back. I mean, you can't get over 5 miles an hour on that road in the car. I mean, it intertwines and spins, and it's something else, dude.
It's crazy, man.
Dougie, I need some music, Dougie. Hit me with something new.
Well, a couple of my videos got flagged because they're buckling down. YouTube's buckling down on copyright stuff, and so now to play live on air, the only thing I can play is artists that have gave me permission to use. So anytime you hear me on live air, any music you hear will be Mr. Z Note. I'll put to his description, his YouTube in the comments, and give him a follow.
Dougie's my dude because I freaking love music, and he hits me with some shit all the time. All the time.
Hey, Daryl, if I'm being completely honest, most of the time it's from the 6-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? I buy her them Disney.
Well, then buy that baby an ice cream because she's killing it. Let me tell you.
She's in dance, man, like with these other little girls from the area, and they all meet up and have these recitals and stuff. And man, I go watch practice, and I'll be like, oh, hey, what's that? What's the name of that? I'll be like getting the music. You're like, what? Hey, what's that name? The Diva song. Shorty, she a diva. Remember that one there?
Oh, I don't know.
That's the one I got off.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Do
I'm
I?
still on Yellow Wolf, man. You still got me hooked up on Yellow Wolf.
Oh yeah, and
You know, I on the yellow. You know,
I didn't find him till recently.
I didn't
And
either.
he'd been around for a minute. I didn't know that.
I was like, how have I not heard of this?
B-Dub, what music you into?
Dude, it seems like no one on Twitter is a fan of country at all.
I like hey, some Luke Combs. I'm down with some Luke Combs now.
It depends. Like it's.
Oh, Dougie, don't do it. Don't do it, Dougie.
Hey, these days people call country. That ain't country.
No, that's like it's like pop.
True.
Pop. That's
true.
pop music. That's pop music. That's what I call pop music. But hey, I love me some good country now. Little Randy Travis. Maybe I live in a
Oh shit, mate. Oh, hey.
That's Carrie stuff. She's country
Oh yeah.
super fan. And she I don't listen too much to it, but I don't, I'll go to shows with her.
See, I can listen to anything. I'm kind of a mixed guy, but if you want to hit my wheelhouse, I'm a metal and hard rock guy. That's where I'm at. So I kind of lean on Dougie for stuff that I don't know.
I miss concerts.
Always go to the Oklahoma guy to get your music. That's what
Nate said the word. I've got to ask right now. Pardon me. I'm using my back scratcher.
Oh no, I'm envious. I need a back scratcher.
Oh, my son bought this thing at CVS. It's like
y'all don't just use a corner of the hat.
Back scratcher.
It's like $2, and this thing's the bomb. But getting back to Nate's question, he said concerts. I gotta know what was everybody's
first concert.
Yes.
Yeah,
man.
I'll tell you what mine was.
I don't know.
Mine was Guns N' Roses during the Use Your Illusion tour when they opened for Metallica and the Black Album. I went and seen them in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm telling you right now, there has been nothing I've seen since then that ever holds a freaking candle. That was the craziest damn thing I've ever seen.
You started here, my friend, and unfortunately, nothing.
I had nowhere to go after that, did I?
We went to Guns N' Roses. They toured. What was that 3 years ago? They came in and we went and saw them here at the Dome where the Rams used to play, and it was wonderful. I know it wasn't back in the heyday. It was the reunion tour and everything else, but they were phenomenal. I mean,
I wanted to see them during the reunion tour.
It was so good.
Oh man, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Y'all said Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
That was my first one. Yeah.
We went to. They have a Rocklahoma. It's kind of like a Woodstock.
I know what it is. I've heard of it.
Anyway, we go to Rocklahoma, and main reason I got tickets like a year and a half in advance because GNR was headlining, right? He refuses to come out on stage because it was like a drizzle. Oh my God! I don't like them now. I'm honest. It made me not like GNR. I don't like them.
I'm telling you, Axel is such a freaking diva that it ain't funny. But he is one of the best front men you will ever find for a rock band. I'm telling you.
But Alice in Chains was right before GNR, so they came back out on stage because recliners are getting pulled by 4x4 a lot, and they're about to riot, boys. We about to riot. As soon as this grease gets hot, we riot. They about to riot. So Alice in Chains came back on and played a whole nother set. It was awesome.
Such a shame that Lane Staley died. Man, he was so good.
B-Dub, Packers fan? I'm setting up the mock draft.
I'm an Eagles fan. Give me number 6.
Don't put that on him. Damn. Right. You might as well just finish tear in the gut, man.
Hold on. I got something for you, Brett. 1 second.
Damn, B-Dub. Don't let him do you that way.
Daryl, Jags, right? Daryl?
The Jags. Yeah. I got Saxonville. Yeah, please do.
I got Jacksonville and the Madison that Beards is doing.
Oh yeah. I'm in that. Are you in that too, B-Dub?
Yep.
Oh
yeah, I think we're in the same conference. Who's your? Are you Miami?
yeah, I'm the
Miami?
Fins, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
it was
I'm
like
Jacksonville.
them. It was like them, the Cowboys, or the Jags. And I took,
Yeah. Yep. I took Jacksonville. That's good. I like that. I watched last year's and I was like, I got to get on that. So I was
I
lucky.
I hit him
It's
up.
fun.
I was like, what do you mean it's already filled? It can't be already filled.
All right, so Brett, so this is a book here that my high school
Come here, baby.
growing up was we had still do have the longest running like holiday basketball tournament in the country. Is in Southern Illinois, and in 1995, I have this still a team.
What the hell are you doing, Dougie?
He's screwing around.
Damn it! I'm trying to.
We're
see
doing
what
a
name's
mock
got.
draft.
Hold on, I'll get.
Go ahead.
You might not even be able to see it anyway. But this is the book from the high school tournament, and we played a team called Chicago Mount Carmel. Chicago Mount Carmel had a point guard.
I know Mount Carmel.
Number 22, named Donovan McNabb.
Oh
Yes.
shoot!
And that's
Yep.
Donovan
Nice.
McNabb as a junior in high school or senior in high school. I mean, I was a 8th grader at the time, and and we went back, and my grandpa was involved, and they let me go backstage and basically into the locker rooms and kind of hang out with some of the guys. And they had the team there it was Donovan McNabb, Antoine Walker, Simeon Rice was on that team before that year.
And the name was Mount Carmel.
Yeah, Chicago
Yeah,
Mount Carmel.
Yep.
Okay, carry on.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So Donovan McNabb, he had committed to Syracuse already and was a stud, and Antoine Walker was going to Kentucky. Those two were amazing. So that was Donovan, probably one of the first autographs I would imagine that Donovan McNabb had signed in his before he ever became anybody, and I still have that for some reason. I don't know why I can't get rid of it. It means nothing to me necessarily, other than 30 years, almost 30 years ago.
I'd be the same way. I've got a knee pad from Owen Hart, and for some reason, that is the most
Oh, geez.
It wasn't the one he landed on from 30 feet up, was it? That would have been.
Come on, Nate. Come on.
I know. We're live. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
Hey,
Yeah.
he might have needed a knee pad. Okay, bro. I just figured this is something that we can do and just pass a little time. Hey, did y'all see who fell to 5 there?
I told you. There's a really good possibility, even without trades, that he falls.
Well, go right into that pick 6 there, B-Dub and them Eagles.
So I got some questions for you, because you guys are the defensive minds and I am not. So would now be too early for Surtain, or do you think this would be a good spot for him?
Is this the Eagles?
Yes.
In my opinion, he's my CB1, and if I were a team like the Eagles that really needs this cornerstone at DB, I think he's better than Trayvon Diggs. So
yeah,
I'd say
you think he'd be the solid 1B to Slay?
he's definitely the number 1 overall corner. My question to you, being a Philly fan, is how do you feel about your linebackers?
I like TJ Edwards more than most. Singleton, I think, showed more this year than I expected. I mean, anyone expected, I'm sure.
I mean, if you're satisfied with your linebackers, because I say this because
of Parsons.
Parsons is the number 1 overall IDP. If you're satisfied with what you have at linebacker, then probably Surtain is your guy right here.
So I've heard some reports swirling of Parsons off the field allegations. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about that, but I think he's got some abuse tags and things like that.
Before before the characteristics though became a problem.
Yeah.
You can see down here that the Eagles, one of their needs is the edge, but it's the second to the last need, right?
Yep.
You can see the defensive line is there at the end too. This Micah Parsons, I won't argue, is the best IDP in the draft, but he is mainly a go-getter at the quarterback. Like he can be a Leo in the league, is what I'm saying.
He was a defensive end in high school, so
TJ Watt, your Khalil Mack, he can be that guy, the Leo. As that is not a big need for the Eagles here, I don't see him taking Parsons because rushing is his forte, and we can see that the rush is not really a big need for him. So I don't think they take Parsons.
Yeah.
So then I'd be going Surtain here in RB.
Linebackers, I like Surtain for y'all because y'all need help there.
There we go. The pick is in.
It is.
As soon as I figure out. Oh, there it is.
Is it off to the right?
All right, but yeah, I like that. And then we got it on auto draft. So just to catch everybody up, Trevor Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2 to Jets, 3, Miami Dolphins take Jamar Chase, 4, the Falcons take Justin Fields, 5, Bengals Sewell, Eagles and B-Dub take Patrick Surtain, 7, the Lions take Devontae Smith. Don't really agree with that. 8,
they need it though, man. It is exactly. And
8, the Panthers take Michael Parsons, the aforementioned there with the Eagles. 9, I don't really like this fit for Kwity Paye, but the Broncos take Kwity Paye, edge from Michigan. Cowboys, since Surtain's gone, they get left with a little bit more raw but lanky cornerback in Caleb Farley. 11, Jalen Waddle, who I believe is the wide receiver number 1, goes 11 to the Giants.
Interesting.
Who went to the Giants?
At pick 12 is the best football franchise on planet Earth, the San Francisco 49ers. Cornerback, straight up cornerback is one of the biggest needs, but with the surefire top 2 out of the way, I love JC Horn. I like Asante Samuel Jr., but it's a little early for me. This is something that I'm going to do to have a little fun with because I would just love to see this happen. But I'm going to make this pick and then let y'all talk about it. It's Kyle Pitts to match with George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk and Jalen Hurd. And this offense is ready to explode. We're more than a cornerback away from being a shutdown defense. So screw it. Screw the defense. Let's make the offense freaking surefire Kansas City Chiefs offense like the NFL's going towards. I'm taking freaking Pitts right here and matching him with Kittle, and I'm creating mismatches with linebackers all year long.
So how's this offense getting? What engine is this offense putting in it? Because by engine I mean quarterback.
Right.
What's making this car go?
Hey, Jimmy G is still on the roster.
GQ, baby.
Geez.
Nate. I give him hell,
Nate. We were talking before this, and y'all heard me say that he's not the guy. He can't get us to the next level. Y'all heard me say that.
Yeah, but what are you going to do when San Francisco trades Jimmy G back to New England? That's going to happen.
I think the same thing. I think I think they're going to take advantage of a situation. They might be able to turn one on New England. New England's usually the one that's taking advantage of others in terms of trades, and I think that he misses his Jimmy G a lot. I think that's an option. You know what I read actually today, and I thought would be a great move for New England is on a 1-year deal, a stopgap type replacement. Bring Ryan Fitzpatrick in. Just let him come in and do the 1-year thing, and let them build something different.
Bill ain't about building, is he? Bill, I don't think he's worried about Do you? Well,
you know what? This was a question that was posed all off season, and now we have the answer: Belichick or Brady.
I still
don't know that answer now.
Well, what is that? But that was just.
Man, that roster is garbage. That roster is garbage.
I get it. Belichick is still genius. Don't take it away from him. He is super smart genius, but I don't know that Brady's not the real deal. I'm telling you. I think he made that. He covered up a lot of shit in New England.
He did, but they also had so many defensive players, superstars, opt out of this year.
So let me ask you that, Brett. Here's my question to you about that, and I think that's a Belichick plan. I think that he went to them with the impression to say, "Hey, I know we're not contending this year. Here's an easy way out, and let's get better." Is that crazy to think that that's not some type of ploy and just to get a better draft pick and get better?
No, that's not far.
It definitely sounds like a Belichickian move.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, we didn't know what COVID was. So
exactly.
So sorry, that was great.
I
missed
he's like,
that.
hell no. He was reaching. I don't know what he's drinking exactly. It looked like
it was a Keystone. It's like, oh no.
See the size of them bad boys.
What up, little man?
Protein, baby.
I'm with you, Nate. I think that is very plausible that happened. I mean, that's.
Hey, you got a top. What are they? 15th, I think. Is that where they're at?
15. Yeah.
You know, I looked at that today. Somebody was asking me, and I went and looked at it, and I was shocked that they're picking at 15 because they finished 7-9. And I was like, wow, really?
Mm-hmm. You would think they did a lot worse.
Exactly. That's your point.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true.
Which, if you go back and look for the past 20 years that Brady was there, they've picked 30 to 32 basically.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
the earliest. What, like 28?
To go from 28 to 32 to 15. That's
what? So what do we make of the other? I mean, this obviously the draft is going to be predicated on this quarterback carousel type of thing. But we've got a person like I want to say Jameis. I think Jameis might be able to start somewhere potentially. But then again, I said that coming into last year.
Does he stay in New Orleans? Do you think he stays in New Orleans?
I don't think they got enough money to sign him. I don't.
If I'm him, I'd be pissed personally. If I came in and was told that I was going to be in a tutelage under Breeze, and then the opportunity arose and they went with Taysom Hill, who actually did really good. So really good from a fantasy standpoint. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about real football standpoint necessarily, but I just wonder if Winston has a starting gig somewhere. What do you guys think? Where is Dak going to do? Are they going to give Dak the contract in Dallas just because he did play so well and then unfortunate injury, or what?
See, and there's the other thing. I mean, the cap being so low now, I don't know if you can give Dak money.
Right.
And I mean, you can spread it out over years, but I don't know if you make Dak happy in that situation.
I mean, there's a lot of quarterback change fixing to happen. Brady said, Brady changed the entire NFL culture at quarterback, leaving New England to go to Tampa. Because you've already seen Stafford's on the move. Goff is on the move. Yep. Matt Ryan's not getting any younger. So
who saw them, Doug? Those look good, buddy. You did a good job, man.
Matt Ryan, that Atlanta's not going to stay with him forever. Yep. Quarterbacks, Watson's demanding a trade.
We didn't even talk about that. What's that get? Yep. I want to stop everything we're talking about.
I love it.
I want everybody's Houston or
trade that mofo out of AFC South. Do it.
Yeah. All right, Brad. I'm starting with you. I mean, I hate to put you on the spot like this because
one thing that was thrown around in our group chat earlier was him going to the odds have increased to him going to Carolina.
Okay.
Because of TJ Yates. And I mean, him on that offense. I said it. Him on that offense would be absolutely Drew.
I would love it.
It would put DJ Moore into superstar status as he's been. Big bumps to Curtis Samuel.
Isn't Samuel a free agent though?
I couldn't imagine.
He could be.
I couldn't imagine Watson in Carolina because I'm already high on DJ Moore. I would just freaking
DJ Moore.
I would probably.
I mean, you give him a back like CMC, and I mean,
oh my God,
yeah,
the genius that Rule and Joe Brady is like. I mean, it blew my mind. You see the odds that these places are putting out when he got signed, when TJ Yates got signed to the Panthers, and it's right up there with I'm trying to find it.
I like that Rule a lot, and getting to see the behind the scenes stuff at the Senior Bowl when he was working with the kids, man. Matt Rule is a coach, man.
He is. I'm really glad I don't have to have an NFC team. I've been a Jeremy Chin fan. I think two of you three know what, Brad. I can't expect you to keep up with my man crushes throughout the season. They come along.
I love Jeremy Chin also, dude. He is the man. Dougie put me onto him from the start.
He went to. I watched him I went to SIU Carbondale, and so I had a chance to get a lot of information about him before. Not that I had some inside scoop. Don't let me fool you into thinking that, but to watch who he was and the situation. Didn't expect him to play 16 games. I expected maybe weeks 3 or 4 for him to work his way in, but as incredible. So continue on. I like the Carolina prediction. I screw everybody else's prediction. I don't care. Say Washington, whatever else.
So
Carolina.
Carolina's odds right now are just even with the Jets. They're ahead of Texans, ahead of St. Louis Texans, ahead of the Dolphins, ahead of the 49ers. Dead even with the Jets. So I mean, it'd be crazy. It'd take a lot more than just number 8. But I mean, I would be giving up anything if I was Carolina to do that.
God, I would too.
All right. The Titans are up, buddy. Can y'all see the screen? Am I doing it right?
Scroll up just a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Trevor. All right, buddy. Zoom out here.
Oh man, JC Horn, that sucks.
All right, hey, and that's who that was my fit, man. One pick before it, dude.
So because that was the Colts too. One thing I want to say is you said Fitzpatrick to the Patriots as a stopgap. My good friend Paulie Sleepers. Fitzpatrick would be such a good stopgap for them. I think he would be a perfect game manager. He's got the balls to do it, but I think they spend a lot more and do a lot more. But I think that would be such a good fit too.
Hey, Atlanta wants rid of Matt Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Pats have a lot of cap space, right? All right.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I think the whole NFL is going to be such a carousel this year with the cap. There's going to be so many moving parts. This offseason is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, D. What's these Titans doing?
I really wanted JC Horn here because, we talked earlier. I think that was a good thing. But our pass rush is just trash.
Ooh.
We're not bringing back Clowney. We're not, Vic Beasley was garbage from the get-go. Don't even freaking get me started on that crap. That was just throwing $9 million down the shitter right there. We got to have somebody that can rush the passer on the opposite side of Harold Landry.
So we got 2 to pick from here, D. And I say one is just completely raw. Just you might have a hell of a high ceiling, but this guy's floor might be complete. There might not be a floor. He might be a complete bust in Gregory Rousseau or Jalen Phillips, who I think is the better edge player from Miami. I think those are the 2 glaring ones here. Daryl, would you see anybody else there, bro?
No, I was curious to see who was left. I've heard, looking around, a lot of Joseph Asai, a lot of away from, help me.
Ojulari is another guy. He's
Ojulari. I mean, I'm not crazy on him. If Rosu or Phillips falls, I think one of those two are definitely it. I think Phillips is a little more. I think Phillips is a little more pro ready now.
It's just the concussions, I think, holding Phillips.
Yeah. I think Rosu's ceiling is up there because he's just a freak. I mean, he's so good. He's so raw, though, is the question.
Right.
If Vrabel thinks he can mold him into what he needs to be, I think it's Gregory Rousseau if he's there.
And I think Vrabel is a G, man. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. So, thoughts?
I was hoping you weren't going to say Rousseau and it was going to.
Damn it, Nate. Quit being so greedy, Nate.
I'm sorry, man. It's just, I mean, as I read earlier, they're saying he's kind of the edge rusher that was built in the lab and as big as he is to not be with no bend with bend.
The boy runs like a two before.
A lot of people are down on him because he's just so raw, and I get that. I see it a lot, but man, I'm telling you, the ceiling for this kid is there, and you get him somebody probably like Vrabel that knows defense, can coach it. Sky's the freaking limit.
And I don't think there can be much argument because of the Vrabel factor. I like it. I think that's the deciding factor is it being Vrabel, and you might as well go with that ceiling. So I agree, Daryl.
Sweet, I'll take it. Rousseau.
All right, right after Rousseau.
Nate's like
the Jets take ETN. The Steelers take Jalen Mayfield. Jags take Alex Leatherwood. I love me some Alex Leatherwood, by the way. Anyway, at 26, the Browns take a personal favorite of mine, in-state, Zaven Collins. They're like Terrence Marshall Jr. creeping in the first round there. Wow. I don't know if I've seen that anywhere.
I don't think I have either.
And I like this next pick for the Saints, going Nick Bolton, who I'm a fan of. I believe
he's pretty good. A lot of people are down on him, but I'm telling you right now, he is tackling freaking monster, dude.
He's a dog. That's what I call it. That DOWG, a dog.
He might not be the best athletically. He might not be the best overall, or he might not be the best at anything. But I'm telling you right now, what he can do is eat up freaking tackles, and I'm telling you, he'll be in on it.
That's what they need in the middle of that deal.
I agree.
Daryl, did you see where Jalen Phillips went? Since you didn't. Look at that Buffalo defense getting Jalen Phillips. Woo! Woo!
Like they needed him.
I say they have Epinesa and Phillips and
Oliver. I ain't gonna hate on that because Jerry Hughes and what's the other guy that's a little bit older than
Oliver or
no, not Oliver, the older guy. Jerry Hughes and
oh man, yeah, it'll come to me. You see what's on the board here, Nate? You get to thinking about it. Rashad Bateman to the Bucks. I completely disagree with that. There's no way they take a wide receiver. No way.
Why? I mean, so Godwin is. So they expecting Godwin to leave?
No.
Well,
is that what the expectation is?
The biggest thing on this Bucks team is if they're going to re-sign Vita Vea or the edge kid that came from Denver.
Well, they have to re-sign. They have to either do Shaq Barrett,
Yeah,
Shaq
it's either Barrett or Vea, and in my opinion, that goes to Barrett. Well, Vita Vea.
Mario Addison is who you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Addison, yes, thank you, B-Dub.
And Trent Murphy too.
Yes, so I think those guys are out, so I could see Phillips actually fitting their opposite of Epinesa with Oliver in the middle. So yeah.
You got Espinoza that has all those tool bags that just tricks in that tool bag. That guy had
now. Epineza is the real deal.
Boy, he has.
Oh yeah,
that dude is for real.
Yeah.
I like him.
I expected him to get a little bit more play, but they didn't really need. I mean, the rotation worked the way it did. But
and it's kind of so hard for rookies. It really is. I mean, we expect a lot of them, but if you're playing along that front four or front three, I don't care what team you're on. That's a hard climb. So to be able to just start as a player like that, that's huge.
And Epinesa is the that high motor guy. That he's hard to get. A high motor versus an athletic freak is harder to get on the field, if you ask me. The athletic freak, all the coaches want to see what they got. They're like, oh yeah, let's see the high motor guy. They're like, he'll work his way.
He's the perfect combination with Ed Oliver. You got Ed Oliver, the super freak in the interior, and then you got Espinosa, who kind of keeps it all stable, the old motivator, the hoorah guy. It's a nasty.
Last year, a lot of people made a lot about hits 40 times and stuff like that. You know what? Screw that mess. That's a perfect example of how 40 times and stuff like that is overrated, because that's not what you want him to do. He is a freaking.
And guys, this is
he's going to set the heads and he's going to get you sacks. That's what he does.
Right, and this is all from a down year from Tremaine Edmonds.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, a down year from him.
Yeah.
So this is
real quick, Doug. Why do you hate on Jordan Poyer so much?
Oh no, Doggy! Don't tell me you're a hater.
No,
yes. I got Poyer as my my DB1, like in the 4th round of our draft. And he's like, I gotta tell you, I hate this pick. Nate's stupid. He's an idiot. I don't like him anymore. We're not friends.
Hey, dog, no. I gotta quit sharing this damn screen. Hold on.
No, he didn't, Nate. How dare you? Don't you dare call Nate stupid. How dare you?
Stupid. He said I was ridiculous. It was the worst pick of the draft.
Hey, name the in Buffalo. The other safety in Buffalo. Name the other.
Micah Hyde.
Okay. That has been a turnstile in the last few years for Buffalo, and it's because the field general, Jordan Poyer, is such a Swiss Army knife that they don't just let him stay in the box as a strong safety. He comes out of the box as a strong safety and plays the free safety role, which is more of the center fielder. And if the ball ain't thrown in his direction, he can get fantasy points. Whereas in the box all the time.
I believe 3 straight years of 100 tackles while still being in that center field role. So let's say that Mike Hyde is that guy.
It's just a personal preference, man. It's just personal preference.
I think it was
on this.
It was a malicious attack. I don't like it.
Did you get the envelopes with anthrax? Did you get those? They came in.
Yeah, no, that's the COVID. That's the COVID envelopes I sent to a Tampa.
Hey, I do Anthrax. Getting back on music for just a minute. Back in the day, if you've not listened to Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, go check that out.
Mm-hmm. That is good.
Oh yeah.
CPW, I told you, man, I'm crazy. I'm all over the place.
He is.
This Poyer discussion.
I'm soaking it all in.
You got to razzle.
Oh shit!
All right, so are we on KC's pick real quick, just to get this out of the way?
You're going to take a quarterback, right?
A cornerback could be correct.
Oh, and let me just say this: you said cornerback.
It could be.
No, dude, you all.
Snead has played out of his mind this year.
Snead is great, but guess what? Charvarius Ward is garbage. I just
the other young guy, the rookie.
L'Jarius Snead is a rookie.
No, not Snead. The other guy. You've got one more. He's either in maybe second year. What's his name?
Yeah, Charvarius. No, L'Jarius Snead.
Not Ward.
What am I missing? What am I?
If it's bored, I'd say, call me crazy, but I could see the Chiefs trading this pick for somebody that wanted to come up and get if Mac Jones is still available from Alabama. Like I could see the Chiefs like giving like let's say somebody that's got like a pretty soon pick here in the second round, maybe top 10 pick in the second round. I can see the Chiefs dealing this to somebody that want to come up and get one of the quarters.
I could too. Actually, there's a lot of talk about them doing that as far as what I've there's a lot of things I've read. I don't know how much talk it is. Just because some of the edge rushers that are available there, they could probably get, 10 to 15 picks later. And
a name we've not mentioned, and speaking of trading, if y'all really wanted to trade out of this pick and move back, y'all could get a guy like Patrick Jones from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's actually one of the people that I was looking at.
My pick would be Ojolari here. I think Andy Reid would probably be running this pick. Well, he ain't running nowhere. I think he'd be lightly jogging this pick up to the podium.
See, you really like him here, though, Dougie? Ojolari. You really like Ojolari here?
Well, I mean, I think the kid had a lot to deal with by himself. Like, I mean, we ain't seen many Georgia players on this list in the first 2 rounds, mock drafts, what have you. There's not a lot of Georgia players. But
I think the best Georgia player in this draft is Richard LeCounte, the safety.
He could be I do. And what's they got a cornerback?
Eric Stokes.
Stokes. I like Stokes. I think he's a dog.
I would take them over Ojolari.
So did Basham gone, or is he still available?
No, he's still available, I think.
Because
Basham.
of all the edge rushers, or at least the outside, he's the best at stopping the run. And if there's one weakness that the Chiefs have, we all know, is stopping the run.
Yep. I think that's the pick. I think
come get Carlos Basham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty
defense.
Come on, auto pick. Let's go. Can you do that? Can you go ahead and put them in, or is that let the computer do it and see what they say?
Don't do it, Dougie. Don't give him Basham. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I want to see what the computer would have done, kind of.
Be right back.
So, Brad, I think you were asking earlier too, is what they use for these mock drafts things. What is this that you're using?
So he uses the draft network.
I'm running this night. Crazy, huh?
And I don't know. Am I the only one getting a lot of feedback? I'm sorry. I'm like, my mind is going crazy.
No, fuck, Doug's in the middle of nowhere. His internet sucks, and it's just
okay.
You just have to deal
I
with
just want to make sure it's not me. I'm like losing my mind over here. So he uses the draft network, which I think is great. I like a lot of their profiles. I have used personally. I've used Pro Football Network. The last a lot of the ones that I've done, I think they do a lot of good stuff with their like predictive trades. And I mean, I'm sure not a lot of trades are going to happen, but and I like messing with them because the trades are fun. So,
absolutely. And there's trade. I mean, when we think there's not going to be a ton of trades, there's 6 in the first round. When we think there's going to be 12, there's none. Way too many years of trying to guesstimate these damn drafts and being way wrong.
Yeah, and I think I liked the Pro Football Network's like their rankings for the players better than the other sites that I've seen. Like Carlos Basham on here, like as we're talking about, he was like mid late 80s. Yeah. I think, and he's number 49 on Pro Football Network. So it was like roughly the spot you were taking him, not like another round grade later.
But again,
I mean, it's tough.
Trading back, if you could trade back 10 picks and get him about that same spot.
Yep.
That would be ideal. I'd love to, draft capital.
So, yes.
And I mean, no mock draft is ever going to get it right, but like picks like Bateman here, some of that just, it's kind of
I get crazy at auto pick though.
And then we got Dougie taking Pitts over at 12.
I'd be a little crazy.
Nice to get jiggy with it.
know me, I'm wow.
That offense would be it'd be something.
It would be.
I think I kind of got a point with we're more than a cornerback away because Jimmy freaking Ward ain't cutting it. I like the linebacker situation, but after Greenlaw, that's it. The depth is garbage. The defensive line was supposed to be our catalyst, but we can't stay out of the hospital. Let's just play offense. And hope Bosa can play all year.
I'm sure this will light a fuse, but now what do you think of Kinlaw versus Buckner?
I am still salty about them skipping wide receiver and going with Kinlaw. I don't disagree that they needed to probably part ways with Buck. The interior defensive line outside of Aaron Donald. You can plug gaps. I guess what I'm saying. The edge makes the money. So interior outside of Aaron Donald. I love Buck. One of my favorite players ever, but I probably couldn't pay what he was wanting and still keep everything together. So I don't disagree with it, but having to take Kinlaw like everybody assumed that it was just totally against it. You had CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, and we needed it so bad. Then we trade back into IU, and
it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to trade away an interior D lineman just to take an interior D lineman. So
right. You got to fill the need, but there was guys like the TCU guy, the Ross Blackburn, I think it's Blackburn, Blacklock. You could have got him in the second. To plug gaps. Why do you gotta go reach for this supposed freak? And hey, guess what? He's not the freak he thought he was, or he'd have dominated a little bit.
At least yet.
Eric Armstead was by far the better interior defensive player. And whenever you talk about the Stanford boy, Simon Thomas having a better year than the 7th overall pick freak, then that's when my blood starts boiling, because we all know this is a Solomon Thomas podcast.
We're bowling and we're in trouble.
Freaking Solomon. It don't matter if you have 17 first-round draft picks, by the way, folks. If you cannot keep them on the field out of the injury tent and do something with attrition or something, keep them on the field. Keep him on the field somehow. It don't matter.
Give him whatever Will Fuller was taking.
Yeah. Speaking of that, where does he land? Does the Green Bay seem to be the landing spot for Fuller?
That was the big trade rumor during the season, and now.
Who?
I didn't hear it.
Fuller?
I didn't hear D.
What'd you say?
You know who has the most cap, right? The Jacksonville Jaguars. Guess what they suck at? Wide receiver. Guess who Trevor Lawrence could use there on the outside?
Yeah, but Fuller can't stay healthy, man. He can't.
Allen Robinson. That's who they could use on the outside.
Yes, yes.
No,
I don't want that to happen, because I have to defend I believe in a competent offense that Allen Robinson is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. And that
you should have just stopped
it gets me in trouble. But at the same time, I really do believe that. I think talent-wise, I think he's very capable of being a top 5.
Absolutely. I'm with you, Nate, but no. Jacksonville, no. Sucksonville, no. That can't happen. I will start a petition right now and stop this bullshit. No.
Exactly. So I think that what would be nice is if I don't want to take Watson to Chicago, because I don't think that's that would be ideal for the Bears and ideal for – but then they would have to give up draft capital and spend a ton to get keep Allen Robinson. So question then is, what team – I don't know. It's all speculation. There's also, Kenny Galladay's out there to be had somewhere.
So I mean, if the Patriots really are gonna rebound and they got all that cap and they need a burner, they need their Brandon Cooks back. Do you think Do you think Will Fuller goes out to New England and maybe burns the tops off there?
That's interesting. I mean,
ain't that the only good wide receiver?
I mean, I would hate it for fantasy,
that's the only
but
thing he does though. Ain't that the only thing he does good is run fast.
Will Fuller?
It would open up. It would open up the offense a little bit.
Drafted like a year ago in the first round.
Nikhil Harry.
Garbage. I mean,
Fuller run fast. That's the only thing he does good. Right?
No separation.
I don't think they take Fuller because I think that's the only thing Harry does good is, hey, all right, you go. All right. Good. Go right.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. That was a match made, unfortunately, in peril because Cam can't throw the ball. First of all, he can't throw above anybody's shoelaces because he seemed to want to chuck it into the ground every time.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if he's like holding the back tip of the ball or what.
It's a shoulder.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
I think it's an impingement issue, and when he gets the follow through with an impingement, you don't want to have that lunging motion at all to be able to arc the ball, and I think it just pinches how the impingement, and I think it just drops down. I don't know shit from shit, but I think that seems to make sense.
Is impingement a fancy word of saying trying to be too pretty throwing the damn ball?
No, but that's a different word.
That's what I think it is. You're worried too much about your fedoras and your ball caps matching and your fancy boots and stuff. Let's get that throwing motion worked on. Maybe work on it a little bit more in the off season. And I'd care more, but I really don't care.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I think his throwing motion has regressed every single year, and it's ugly.
That outfit.
I think this was his last year. I don't think he gets an injury. He's an injury away from getting on the field again, and I don't know what team that's going to be.
Still has a job, Nate. I believe him a job. So.
He'll be a backup.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll get paid, but it's not going to be pretty.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. I think he fell off a cliff, but at the same time, I don't think he was a fit for what.
I could see a team like the Cowboys, like they went out and got Dalton to back up Dak. Like I could see them maybe pursuing Cam, to back up Dak in case he got hurt again, or what have you. I mean, that might could work, but I don't. Mike McCarthy, I don't trust no more in the head coach than I do Chip Kelly. To be honest with you,
is that me?
Oh, is it my bees? I just let all my bees out. Let me put them back. Hey,
I don't know what that is.
But I'm just gonna say it. I got pee. So hey, I'm gonna end the broadcast, but we can hang out. We can hang out and we can actually put on music, not live. So I'm gonna end the broadcast. I was just letting y'all know that. And,
all right.
I'm gonna go pee. You wanna hang out?
Everybody.
Oh, I've got to go kill the flowers. I will be right back. I promise you.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Flowers?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you have certain flowers outside in the flower bed, and I make it my mission to go kill them every day.
Like hey, dude, is the wife like, hey, tomorrow will you get the cracks in the driveway instead of around the house? Hey guys, we're going off live. All right.
I'm like,
all you one people that watch it.
I don't know.
Thank you to our sponsors, myfantasyleague.com and Mr. Zeno. Thanks for sponsoring Oklahoma, man, and let me use those bangers. We'll get that link shared out in the descriptions. And this is a show that has no name. I've been on Oklahoma with no name.
We covered about everything.
That sounded so much better in my head. All right.